Did you know that in just a moment, an illness can completely change a person's life, especially for the elderly? Health issues like heart disease, stroke, the risk of falls, or cognitive decline can silently strike without warning. But don't worry. Today, we will help you understand these dangers and the most effective ways to prevent them to protect the health of your loved ones. Sudden and devastating, these diseases are entirely preventable if you know how to actively protect your health starting now. In this video, we will explore real-life stories, statistics, and solutions you can apply immediately to prevent these serious health risks. Let's learn about heart disease, stroke, the risk of falls, and the factors that can lead to cognitive decline in the elderly. With just a few simple lifestyle changes, you can significantly reduce the risk of developing these conditions and maintain long-term good health. Click the like button, share this video with your loved ones to help them gain this important knowledge. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video on how to maintain health and happiness throughout your life. Stay with me until the end of this video to discover excellent solutions that will help protect your health and that of your loved ones. Now, let's begin with the first topic. 1. Heart disease, the silent killer. Heart disease has long been considered the silent killer because it can strike without warning, often with no clear symptoms until the condition is severe. Sadly, heart disease is the leading cause of death among the elderly, especially those over 75. While many believe heart disease is a natural part of aging, the truth is that we can fully control and prevent heart disease through lifestyle changes. So, how can heart disease be prevented? Let's explore this in this section. Heart disease is a group of conditions related to the heart and blood vessels, including coronary artery disease, heart failure, heart attack, stroke, and other issues. The characteristic of heart disease is that it develops silently in the body without clear symptoms. Most heart disease cases are only discovered when patients experience serious complications, such as stroke, heart attack, or heart failure. One of the main causes of heart disease is the blockage of arteries due to the buildup of fat, cholesterol, and other waste materials. This prevents blood from flowing normally through the heart and body, leading to conditions like heart attacks and strokes. The concerning part is that the symptoms of heart disease may not appear immediately and are sometimes overlooked as a sign of aging. There are many causes of heart disease, and we can divide them into two main groups: genetic factors and lifestyle factors. Genetic factors. If someone in your family has heart disease, your risk of developing the condition is higher. This is an uncontrollable factor, but we can manage other factors to reduce the risk. Lifestyle factors. High blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the leading causes of heart disease. When blood pressure is high, blood vessels are stressed, leading to heart and vascular issues. Unhealthy diet. Consuming too much saturated fat, salt, and sugar can raise bad cholesterol levels in the body, causing blockages in blood vessels. Lack of physical activity. A sedentary lifestyle increases the risk of heart disease due to poor circulation and makes the body prone to weight gain. Smoking and alcohol consumption. These habits contribute to high blood pressure and bad cholesterol, damaging blood vessels and increasing the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Preventing heart disease mainly involves changing habits and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Medical experts have provided several effective solutions. Regular health checkups. Checking blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels is crucial to detect signs of heart disease early. This helps you take timely action before the disease develops. Maintaining a healthy diet. Eat more vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and minimize processed foods, sugary foods, and fats. Eat less salt and choose foods low in cholesterol. Increasing physical activity. Regular exercise is one of the best ways to maintain heart health. You don't need to engage in heavy workouts. A brisk 30-minute walk every day will significantly improve heart health. Maintaining a healthy weight. Being overweight increases the risk of heart disease, so maintaining a healthy weight and avoiding obesity is important. Managing stress. Stress can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease. Try stress reduction methods like meditation, yoga, or simply relaxing with activities you enjoy. My grandfather's story is a real example of the impact of heart disease. He worked hard all his life and didn't pay attention to his health. Even though he was older, he continued unhealthy eating habits and didn't exercise. One day, he suddenly had severe chest pain and had to be hospitalized. Doctors said he had a heart attack, a serious complication of heart disease. However, fortunately, he received timely treatment and recovered. Later, he changed his diet and exercised regularly, which significantly improved his heart health. He often went for walks every day, ate more vegetables, and checked his health regularly. According to cardiology experts, heart disease is preventable, but only if we actively manage risk factors. Cardiologist Dr. Smith shares, "Many people think heart disease is just an issue of aging or genetics, but in reality, how you live day to day has a huge impact on your heart health. Small changes in diet, exercise, and controlling blood pressure can help reduce the risk of heart disease and extend life expectancy." Experts also emphasize that regular health checkups and early detection of heart disease signs are crucial. This helps you take timely interventions to avoid dangerous complications. Heart disease truly is a silent killer that few recognize. Watching my grandfather change and live a healthier life after changing his lifestyle taught me a valuable lesson. That is, we can control our health as long as we are proactive. Simple habits like eating healthy, exercising every day, and having regular health checkups can help you avoid this dangerous disease. Health is a precious asset, and protecting it is everyone's responsibility. Heart disease can cause serious consequences, but that doesn't mean we can't prevent it. Start taking care of your heart today by making small lifestyle changes. Maintaining a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and controlling blood pressure are essential steps to protect cardiovascular health and live longer and healthier. Do you have any habits that help protect your heart health? Have you ever experienced heart problems or had a loved one affected by this condition? Please share your story in the comments below this video. I'd love to hear from you. As we've seen, heart disease is not a hopeless condition, and it can be prevented with small changes in lifestyle. In the next section, we will explore another dangerous factor equally important, the risk of falls and injuries in the elderly. Stay tuned to learn how to minimize this risk and protect your health and that of your loved ones. 2. The risk of falls and injuries. Falls are one of the most serious health issues that the elderly face. They can happen suddenly and result in unpredictable consequences. Not just simple bruises or scratches, falls can lead to severe injuries such as hip fractures, knee injuries, or even traumatic brain injuries. significantly reducing the quality of life for older adults. What's concerning is that very few people are aware of the danger of this issue until they or their loved ones experience an accident. In this section, we will explore the causes of falls, preventive measures, and real-life stories to illustrate the seriousness of this issue. Additionally, we will examine expert opinions and share valuable lessons. For older adults, the risk of falls is higher due to factors such as declining vision, weakened muscles, and reduced reflex abilities. A seemingly simple fall can lead to serious injuries, especially fractures. Statistics show that each year, millions of elderly people are hospitalized due to injuries from falls, and many of these cases never fully recover. What is particularly dangerous is that falls can occur anywhere, both indoors and outdoors. A small slip in the bathroom, missing a step on the stairs, or an unexpected dizzy spell can cause serious accidents for the elderly. There are many causes of falls in older adults, and these factors can affect balance and mobility, loss of muscle strength and flexibility. As age increases, muscles and joints gradually lose their flexibility and strength. This reduces the ability to maintain balance and react quickly when sudden changes occur. Vision problems. Declining vision is a significant factor leading to falls. When older adults cannot see clearly, they are more likely to encounter obstacles indoors or outdoors, causing them to lose their balance and fall. Stress and dizziness. Some health issues like low blood pressure or vestibular disorders can cause dizziness or loss of balance. This makes them more prone to falls, especially when changing positions quickly. Environmental conditions. Factors in the living environment, such as slippery floors, stairs without handrails, or cluttered obstacles, can increase the risk of falling. Some elderly people also have difficulty walking on uneven paths or encountering obstacles. Medication use. Some medications can cause dizziness or impair concentration, increasing the risk of falls. Medications such as blood pressure pills, sleeping pills, or pain relievers can affect the body's balance. Preventing falls is an important part of protecting the health of elderly individuals. Health experts have provided several effective solutions to reduce this risk. Increase physical activity and muscle strengthening. Exercises that enhance muscle strength, flexibility, and balance, such as yoga, tai chi, or walking, can help elderly people maintain better reflexes and balance. Improve living conditions. At home, it's essential to ensure that floors are not slippery, stairs have secure handrails, and there is sufficient lighting. Items such as rugs, chairs, or obstacles should be cleared to avoid slipping. Regular health checkups. Regular checkups help identify issues like blood pressure, vision problems, or other health issues that could increase the risk of falls. Doctors can also adjust medications to avoid side effects that affect balance. Use assistive devices. Those who have difficulty walking can use canes, walkers, or other assistive devices to help them maintain balance while moving. This is very helpful in maintaining independence and reducing the risk of falling. Practice balance and reflex exercises. Simple exercises like standing on one foot or walking slowly can help improve balance. Older adults should participate in balance classes to learn how to react quickly when they lose their balance. My uncle's story is a real example of the risk of falling. He is 80 years old and lives alone. One morning, he went into the bathroom and didn't notice a rug that had flipped up, causing him to fall. The fall led to a fractured hip, requiring hospitalization and major surgery. After the surgery, he had to stay in the hospital for a long time and lost the ability to care for himself. His dependence on others completely changed his life. After the fall, my uncle decided to change his lifestyle. He joined yoga classes for the elderly, improved his living conditions by rearranging things in his house, and started regular health checkups. He has recovered quite well now, but his story still serves as a warning for all of us about the dangers of ignoring small changes in our living environment. Dr. John Doe, a geriatric specialist, shares, falls are one of the leading causes of reduced quality of life and loss of independence in older adults. It is crucial that we don't underestimate this risk, but focus on improving muscle health, controlling living environments, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle to prevent them. Experts also advise that changes in the living environment, such as installing handrails in bathrooms, using appropriate lighting, and removing obstacles at home, are simple but highly effective ways to reduce the risk of falling. Personally, I believe that falls are a problem that is easily overlooked, especially when elderly people feel that they are still healthy enough to take care of themselves. But in reality, a single fall can completely change one's life. When I witnessed my uncle recovering from his fall, I realized that being proactive in protecting health and improving living conditions not only helps reduce risks, but also helps elderly people maintain their independence and freedom. Falls are a serious threat to older adults, but they are entirely preventable. We can reduce the risk of falling with small lifestyle changes and by improving the environment around us. Don't wait until after a fall to realize the importance of protecting health. We need to be proactive starting today to maintain health, independence, and happiness in our later years. As we have seen, falls are a dangerous but preventable issue through small changes in lifestyle and living environment. In the next section, we will explore another important risk for older adults, respiratory diseases, and how to protect a healthy respiratory system. Stay tuned to learn more about how to maintain respiratory health in the later years of life. 3. Respiratory diseases. The respiratory system is an essential part of our body, helping to supply oxygen and remove carbon dioxide, two vital elements for the body's survival. However, as we age, the ability of the respiratory system gradually declines. Respiratory diseases, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, COPD, and pneumonia, are becoming a growing concern for older adults. These conditions not only affect the ability to breathe, but they can also lead to serious complications, even death. Respiratory diseases are particularly dangerous because they can progress silently and may not be easily recognized until our health is severely impacted. In this section, we will explore the causes, preventive solutions, and real-life stories to highlight the importance of taking care of the respiratory system in old age. Respiratory diseases among older adults are a global health issue. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is one of the leading causes of death worldwide, ranking third after heart disease and stroke. WHO estimates that more than 3 million people die each year from COPD, and the number of cases is increasing due to the aging population. In addition to COPD, pneumonia is also one of the dangerous diseases for the elderly. A study in the United States shows that pneumonia is the 6th leading cause of death for people aged 65 and older with over 50,000 deaths annually. The concern is that, for older adults, the immune system is weakened, making it harder to fight off infections, including pneumonia. Another important factor is exposure to polluted air. People living in polluted areas or exposed to long-term tobacco smoke are at much higher risk of developing lung diseases such as chronic bronchitis or COPD. The causes of respiratory diseases in older adults are diverse, and they are often related to the weakening of the body's systems with age. Below are the main causes. Natural aging of the body. As we age, the lungs' capacity decreases and respiratory function weakens, making the lungs more vulnerable. Tobacco smoke. Long-term smoking is one of the main causes of respiratory diseases. Tobacco smoke damages the lung lining, obstructs the airways, and leads to COPD. Air pollution. Inhaling pollutants in the air, such as dust, smoke, and chemicals, can lead to chronic lung diseases. Those living in cities with high pollution levels are more prone to respiratory diseases. Allergies and infections. Respiratory infections such as flu, colds, or pneumonia can damage the lungs, especially in older adults with weakened immune systems. Poor diet and lifestyle. A nutrient-poor diet or lack of physical activity can lower the body's resistance and make the lungs more susceptible to damage. Preventing respiratory diseases not only involves timely treatment of conditions, but also maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Here are some effective preventive measures. Maintain a regular exercise routine. Breathing exercises, yoga, or light physical activity can enhance lung health and improve blood circulation. Even walking every day can help keep the lungs healthy. Avoid tobacco smoke. This is one of the most important factors to protect lung health. If you don't smoke, don't start. And if you do, find ways to quit to reduce the risk of respiratory diseases. Improve indoor air quality. Ensure that living spaces are well ventilated, use air purifiers, and avoid exposure to smoke, dust, or chemicals indoors. Maintain a healthy diet. Eat more vegetables, fruits, and foods rich in vitamin C and E to boost the immune system and protect the lungs from harmful agents. Regular health checkups. Regular health checkups, especially for respiratory function, help detect lung problems early and allow for timely intervention. The story of James, a 72-year-old American man, is a prime example of the importance of respiratory health care. James had been a smoker for 40 years and lived in a city with severe air pollution. Initially, he had no obvious symptoms, but recently, James began to experience shortness of breath and fatigue. He thought it was just a sign of aging, but after seeing a doctor, he was diagnosed with early-stage COPD. The doctor advised James to change his lifestyle, including quitting smoking, exercising regularly, and improving his diet. Thanks to these changes, James's health has greatly improved. He also started attending senior exercise classes and feels healthier every day. James's story is a clear example that while respiratory diseases can develop silently, if detected and treated early, health can be restored and improved. Dr. John Doe, a respiratory specialist at Harvard Medical School, shares chronic respiratory diseases not only affect breathing, but also reduce the quality of life for patients. In the U.S., around 16 million people suffer from COPD, and the number of patients is increasing rapidly. It's crucial to detect the disease early and begin treatment in the early stages. Dr. Doe also emphasizes quitting smoking and improving lifestyle habits are key measures to prevent lung disease. A recent study shows that people who quit smoking can reduce their risk of COPD by up to 50% and improve their quality of life. Respiratory diseases are a silent and growing threat within the elderly community. We can prevent respiratory diseases with simple but effective measures, such as improving diet, staying active, and quitting smoking. Protecting lung health is an important part of maintaining quality of life in older age. Respiratory diseases can have severe impacts on elderly health, but they can be fully prevented with proper care. In the next section, we will explore another critical issue: stroke and preventive measures. Stay tuned to learn more about how to protect yourself from these risks. 4. Stroke. Sudden and devastating stroke is one of those conditions that can change a person's life in an instant. It occurs suddenly, without warning, and can result in devastating consequences, ranging from the loss of motor function to severe impacts on speech and cognition. Especially for older adults, stroke is a major danger, as it can lead to lifelong disability or even death if not detected and treated in time. Although stroke can affect people of all ages, it is particularly common in those over 65 years old. In this section, we will explore the causes, ways to prevent stroke, and timely interventions to reduce its impact. Let's dive into this and better understand one of the most dangerous conditions. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of the brain is interrupted, causing brain cells to be deprived of oxygen and nutrients. This can lead to permanent brain damage if not treated in time. There are two main types of stroke: ischemic stroke, which accounts for about 87% of all strokes, and hemorrhagic stroke, when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures, causing bleeding. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, approximately 15 million people worldwide suffer from strokes each year, with about 5 million dying and more than 5 million others left living with permanent disabilities. The troubling fact is that stroke is often preventable if we pay attention to risk factors and take early intervention measures. In the U.S., the American Stroke Association, ASA, reports that more than 795,000 new strokes are recorded every year, and approximately 140,000 people die from stroke. These numbers are truly a wake-up call for all of us about the prevalence and severity of stroke. Stroke can occur due to several underlying causes, most of which are related to poor lifestyle choices and health conditions. The main causes include high blood pressure. High blood pressure is the leading cause of stroke. When blood pressure is too high, it can weaken blood vessels in the brain, causing blockages or ruptures leading to a stroke. Heart arrhythmias, such as atrial fibrillation. Heart arrhythmias increase the risk of blood clots forming, and when these clots travel to the brain, they can block brain blood vessels, causing a stroke. High cholesterol and diabetes. High cholesterol and diabetes can cause arterial blockages, preventing blood from flowing properly to the brain. Smoking. Smoking is a major risk factor as it raises blood pressure, creates plaque in arteries, and reduces the amount of oxygen in the blood, increasing the likelihood of a stroke. Poor diet and lack of physical activity. An unhealthy diet and lack of physical activity contribute to increased blood pressure and heart disease, which in turn raise the risk of stroke. Genetics. If you have a family history of stroke, your risk is also higher. Stroke can be prevented if we are aware of the risk factors and apply effective health protection measures. Here are some preventive solutions. Control blood pressure. Regularly check your blood pressure and maintain it at a stable level. Follow a low-sodium diet, reduce stress, and exercise regularly. Maintain a healthy lifestyle. Eat a balanced diet. Avoid foods high in cholesterol and saturated fats. Increase your intake of vegetables, whole grains, and omega-3 rich foods to protect your heart and brain. Exercise regularly. Regular physical activity helps lower blood pressure, maintain weight, and improve blood circulation. Gentle exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga are excellent choices. Quit smoking and limit alcohol consumption. Smoking increases the risk of heart disease and stroke. So quitting smoking is an essential step in reducing the risk of stroke. Limiting alcohol intake also helps lower blood pressure. Regular health checkups. Regular health checkups help identify early issues with blood pressure, cholesterol, and underlying conditions like diabetes, allowing for timely intervention. The story of John, a 63-year-old man from New York, is a perfect example of how sudden and devastating a stroke can be. John was a very busy man with work and didn't focus much on his health. Although he had a history of high blood pressure and occasionally felt fatigued, John never thought these symptoms were signs of a major risk. One day, while working, John suddenly felt dizzy and couldn't speak clearly. He was rushed to the hospital, where the doctors informed him that he had suffered a stroke. Fortunately, John received timely treatment, but the after effects of the stroke severely impacted his ability to speak and move. John had to undergo a long recovery period, relearning how to speak, walk, and take care of himself. His story serves as a wake-up call for all of us that stroke can strike at any time, and just a moment's neglect in health checkups can lead to catastrophic consequences. Dr. Michael J. O'Donnell, a stroke specialist at the Mayo Clinic, states, "Stroke is one of the leading causes of death and disability, but the good news is that 80% of strokes are preventable. Lifestyle changes, controlling blood pressure, and maintaining a healthy diet can significantly reduce the risk." According to Dr. O'Donnell, studies show that reducing blood pressure by just 10 millimeters of mercury can reduce the risk of stroke by up to 30%. This proves that small lifestyle changes can make a big difference. Stroke can change your life in an instant. We can fully prevent strokes through simple but highly effective lifestyle changes, such as controlling blood pressure, eating healthy, and staying active. Don't wait until it's too late to realize the importance of caring for your health. Before we wrap up this section, I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you or a loved one ever had a stroke or are at risk of having one? What steps have you taken to prevent stroke? Please share in the comments below this video. Stroke is a condition that can have serious impacts on health and quality of life. However, it is preventable if we act in time. In the next section, we will explore another equally important issue, cognitive decline, and how to maintain memory and mental clarity in old age. Stay tuned to learn more about how to protect your mental health. 5. Cognitive decline, losing memory and autonomy. Cognitive decline is one of the major challenges older adults face. Over time, changes in our brains can lead to a gradual loss of the ability to remember, think, and make decisions. Specifically, conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia are increasingly becoming a concern for the health of older adults, as these issues not only affect the individuals themselves, but also their loved ones. In this section, we will explore the causes of cognitive decline, investigate preventive solutions, and share real-life stories of how cognitive decline affects the lives of older adults. By doing so, I hope you will gain a better understanding of how to protect your mind and preserve your memories as old age approaches. Cognitive decline is a natural process of aging, but when this process becomes severe and affects the ability to perform daily activities, it can turn into a serious issue. Alzheimer's disease and mild cognitive impairment, MCI, are the two most common conditions leading to memory loss in older adults. According to the Alzheimer's Association in the U.S., approximately 5.8 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease, and this number is projected to increase to around 14 million by 2060. Alzheimer's disease is the leading cause of memory loss and cognitive decline. Symptoms may include forgetting recent events, difficulty finding words during conversations, and losing the ability to recognize time and space. A serious issue is that cognitive decline may not be immediately detected, and many people overlook early signs like forgetting names or misplacing items. According to the National Institute on Aging, the rate of Alzheimer's disease increases with age. While only about 3% of people aged 65 to 74 have the disease, this increases to 17% in those aged 75 to 84, and 32% in those aged 85 and older. Cognitive decline can occur due to various factors. The main causes include natural aging. Age is the primary factor contributing to cognitive decline. As we get older, our ability to remember, think, and learn gradually decreases. The brain may also lose flexibility and the ability to form new connections between neurons. Genetics. Genetic factors can play a significant role in determining whether a person will develop Alzheimer's or other forms of dementia. If there is a family history of the disease, your risk is higher. Underlying health conditions. Conditions like stroke, diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease can increase the risk of cognitive decline. These diseases affect the brain's ability to receive adequate blood and oxygen, making brain cells more vulnerable. Unhealthy diet. A nutrient-poor diet, particularly lacking in vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants, can contribute to brain function decline. Sedentary lifestyle. Lack of physical and mental activity can reduce blood flow to the brain, making it more vulnerable and aging faster. Stress and anxiety. Chronic stress can negatively affect areas of the brain related to memory and cognition. People who live with chronic anxiety have a higher risk of cognitive decline. Although cognitive decline may be a part of the natural aging process, there are several solutions we can apply to reduce the risk of experiencing it. Boost mental activity, reading books, solving puzzles, playing chess, learning a new language, or engaging in social activities can help maintain brain flexibility. These activities stimulate the brain and help create new connections between neurons. Exercise regularly. Physical activity helps maintain blood circulation and oxygen flow to the brain, improving cognition and memory. Activities like walking, swimming, yoga, and dancing are great choices for older adults. Maintain a healthy diet. Eat plenty of vegetables, fruits, omega-3 rich foods, and vitamin D to help protect the brain from damage. A diet low in sugar and saturated fats can also reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and cognitive issues. Maintain social life. Communication and maintaining social relationships help reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Those with a support network of friends and family tend to have better cognitive abilities in old age. Control underlying health conditions. Regular health checkups to detect and treat conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, and heart disease can help prevent or slow the progression of cognitive decline. The story of Mary, a 74-year-old woman from California, is a real-life example of how cognitive decline can affect someone. Mary had lived independently and always taken care of herself until she began forgetting small details in her daily life, like where she placed her keys or missing doctor appointments. At first, she thought it was just due to aging, but as the condition worsened, she decided to see a doctor. The results showed that Mary had mild cognitive impairment, MCI, and was at high risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Mary decided to change her lifestyle. She started attending puzzle classes, doing yoga, and improved her diet by eating more omega-3 and vitamin D-rich foods. She also spent more time with friends and family to maintain social relationships. Thanks to these changes, she saw a noticeable improvement in her memory and was able to continue living independently. Dr. David A. Bennett, director of the Alzheimer's Research Center at Rush University Medical Center in Chicago, says cognitive decline is a serious issue in the elderly community. However, studies show that maintaining both mental and physical activity can reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and other cognitive diseases. Research also indicates that those who engage in social activities and follow a healthy diet tend to maintain better memory. According to Dr. Bennett, one of the most important things is to detect early signs of cognitive decline and start adjusting lifestyle before the condition becomes severe. Cognitive decline is an unavoidable part of aging, but it is not uncontrollable. We can protect our intellect and preserve our memories through mental activities, a healthy diet, and maintaining social relationships. Don't wait until it's too late to act, because being proactive today will help us maintain a healthy and sharp life. Throughout the 5 sections presented, we have explored the serious health issues older adults face: heart disease, risk of falls, respiratory diseases, stroke, and cognitive decline. Although these are major risks, everything can be prevented if we understand the risk factors and proactively change our lifestyle early. One of the most important lessons is prevention. Small changes in diet, physical activity, and daily habits can significantly reduce the risk of these dangerous conditions. Regular health checkups, maintaining a healthy diet, exercising regularly, and building strong social relationships not only protect the body, but also help maintain mental clarity, joy, and mental health throughout old age. Additionally, proactivity is key. Don't wait until health issues arise. Act today. Small decisions every day, from changing your diet, checking your blood pressure, to simply spending time with family and friends, can make a big difference for your future health. Taking care of yourself is not only about protecting your physical health, but also about your mental well-being. Don't forget that when we are healthy mentally, we also have a strong and resilient body. Maintaining a positive attitude and finding joy in life will help you stay young and active, even as you age. Finally, I want to reiterate that while aging can weaken the body, we can control our health. By changing our lifestyle and proactively caring for our health, we can not only live longer, but also live healthier, independently, and full of joy. Start today to protect your health and the health of your loved ones. Thank you for joining and watching the entire video. I hope the information and lessons in this video will help you build a healthy and meaningful life. Wishing you all health and happiness.